Yeah, Nico is so fucking full of shit. Um, you know, if you're jealous of my lifestyle, Nico, that's your problem. You have nothing good to say about me. Neither does Popeye, your new daddy, your newfound daddy. What happened to your real dad? What, did he abandon you? A piece of shit that you are. Okay, Gilda, you say anything bad? What did you say to Nico?
I'm not saying bad about going
Well,
to
Nico's
YouTube.
claiming that you said all this shit about me while I was out having a cigarette on the ferry. Do you don't like
I
me being on
said
YouTube? What did you say?
some like a
Uh,
guy coming visit in Santa Fe, and then after that one they talk for in YouTube.
so he never said anything like that bullshit like he's saying. Saying that, oh, I don't like Frank on YouTube and this whole speech that he's giving while I was out having a smoke or something.
Uh, I told him, a lot of bullshit in YouTube, so that's why I said I don't like YouTube.
Basically, you
Because,
just said you don't like YouTube.
yeah.
Didn't go expand beyond that. So he's full of shit, basically.
Yeah, but I don't hear what he said. That
And what was honestly your impression of him? Like, he's on one hand trying to say Gilda's a great girl and all that shit, but he's making a lot of implications, that you're with me for money, this and that, and Frank is crazy, this and that. I mean, what do you say, what you know about him? Because you've listened to a lot of shows with him on it. What is your impression of him? Does he seem to you like excuse me, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What kind of man does he seem like to you?
I'm not looking for money. I'm not. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm not.
No, let's get more direct. What kind of a man does he seem like to you? Does he seem like okay, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Well, you've seen a lot of his shows, and you heard a lot of his references to me. You heard a lot of his references about Filipinas. I mean, if you had to define this man, what would you define him as? How do you see this?
Seem like some foreigner also. They come here looking for the young men, young women.
Maybe that too. I don't know,
Yeah.
but go ahead.
Then, they got also the good guy. Got foreigners, good guy. I did not point all, but
No, but let's be more specific. You've heard a lot of Nico's shows because you listen to a lot of the videos with me. Now, he's around here and he's got this girl that you met. Seems like a nice enough girl. I can't say anything bad about her because I can't.
yeah, she's nice girl.
Yeah, do you think that's the right guy for her?
I don't think so.
And why don't you think so?
Because
Let it spit out. I mean, say.
she's still young, and then you have a good work, and then if you're looking for the foreigner, you got a lot of foreigners, a good one.
In other words, a lot of better
Not a
things she
better-
could wind up as in with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and his impression, does he look like a real winner to you, like any Filipino would really want in her life? I mean, he curses, he calls women hoes and all. Let me explain what a hoe is to you, because actually she never knew what a hoe was. Do you think that's a respectable foreigner?
No.
And, why is that not respectable? Let's just get down to brass tacks here. I mean,
Because if you get one Filipina, they don't want to find another Filipina. Just all stick to one. If you have the one the states to get to know each other. So we don't know because you stay together with your Filipina. We don't know the real story, both of you.
no, we don't know the
So-
real story,
Yeah, so
No, we
maybe
don't, no.
YouTube is just only showing for anyone to get bullshit and get the
Views.
views and then get something to like a clickbait.
Clickbait and all that shit, yeah. Well, yeah, they say, well, Frank is crazy and all this other kid. Well, if I'm crazy in love with you, period. Yeah, I'm crazy for that.
Yes.
But if you would compare me to these goons, and you've seen Popeye, the big loser, who hasn't been in Subic Bay for 35 years, and he still comes on YouTube and acts like he's still living in the Philippines, and he's a big expert. He hasn't had a woman for 35 years.
I've been with Frank is 80 years soon, so I know who's Frank, and then I know him very well. And then in YouTube, he talked something what he see regarding what he notice and what he see something for outside, but not inside. And there,
In other words, I just, make comments on things that I basically see and hear, and I'm not exactly like creating these stories that I talk about. So basically when I put on my show, and you witness all the shows I put on when I do videos, basically I'm repeating something I've heard or seen on people's videos. Is that not correct?
Yeah, it's correct. What do you see there in other videos? So that's why you just repeat it.
And then he makes this gesture. He goes on his show. This is how uncool he is, you know. And one of his shows he just did recently in reaction to something I put on about him. Takes his fingers and put up in shows like about an inch long that this is the size of my fucking dick. Yeah, real classy guy. Yeah, who knows what size of dick he has. He may have a big fat body, but it don't mean he has a big old brain, which obviously he doesn't. Doesn't mean he has a big pecker either. But, you know, you got to know how to use that pecker no matter how fucking big it is.
It's not like big dick. It's depend how you handle it.
Right. And my dick ain't small, but we don't have to talk about that either.
It's a personal.
Too personal, how big my dick is. It's like you want to have a pissing contest or something, how big somebody's dick is or something. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just heard the reply. I didn't see that video that was made 15 hours ago on Popeye's show, whoever show it was. And that was shared with me. And of course, all the comments were flowing back and forth. But the fact is, the very people that talk about me are the very people that don't have what I have.
So many like new beginners in YouTube. They want to talk about you, Frank, because they want to like have a lot of subscribers.
Well, yeah, that's how you get a show to you. Let's talk about somebody. Let's make up some shit about somebody.
Yeah.
And Popeye talking about I shouldn't be in a room with an 8-year-old. Well, did I do anything with an 8-year-old in a room? No. And you know the whole story.
You know that,
we communicated 7 times a day when I was in Hawaii.
Because that time you got in YouTube that time with a little boy. So they just come in your room and.
Well, my brother's living room.
Yeah, but Al is there. And then just had nothing, just
sung a song, right?
Yeah, just sing a song. But that song.
So does that make me a child molester?
No, because even here in Philippines, you can see, you can tell that one in your kids go something, you go some poops, go some pee, so go somewhere like that. So it's not a Malaysia. Like in America also, it's the young guy you teach how to proper for the growing up kids. You teach
for the kids. Manners.
No, bring some condom when you go out. Like
in other words, sex education.
Sex education.
Well, this has nothing to do with.
But that kids is still a young, right?
Right.
But you don't say that one is something like bad.
No, I didn't say anything bad.
No,
I
get the story make up like others.
I mean, you heard the whole thing, so I mean, it's nothing new.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, so I'm in a room having a show talking about somebody, and I sing a fucking song, and all of a sudden I'm a fucking child molester. Well, I don't know what these people do with their time. I mean, Popeye hasn't had a fucking woman in 35 years.
Nursery song?
It's a nursery song, right?
Yeah,
it's a nursery song.
Why is it bad that
because they can make things bad out of anything that they want.
Yeah, because they conclude. They just judgmental, so that's why.
And
yeah, so in YouTube, people get jealous because Frank's providing something for me, and then I'm not asking Frank. I'm not looking for Frank's money. When we meet Frank's not rich. Yeah, and I have my own income. I got my own money. I know how to grow my money in my bank, so that's why I know.
Well, after inheriting all that land, I mean, Jesus Christ, yeah, and selling it when the family did, if anything, if I was one of these people, I'd be going after her for her money, which is not the case. And when I met her, she didn't ever know if I was rich or poor, didn't know anything about me. So you got these people that band together like these losers, and Popeye has got to be one of the biggest losers on here. He does shows all the time mocking people, not just me. You've heard him talking about just about everybody, Gilda, right? And, we don't know what he does. He's piddling himself in public. We don't know what the hell he's doing. Did he say somebody called up, or what the hell did he say about that? Maybe there's some truth to that. I mean, we don't know much about this guy, so I could come up here and I could make a lot of stories that he's piddling around in the street with his little pee-pee, showing himself to little girls and taking off on his electric scooter to go to bingo or something, right? Hey, I could say that too, but I'm not saying that. But it really comes down to one thing. They're basically jealous that we have a good relationship. They're jealous that I can provide for you, and most of them can't provide even for themselves, nevertheless for another woman. And that the losers all come here, the expats to the Philippines, and act like you're the big guy on campus, and they're just chasing tail all the time, and they just can't get a good woman because they just don't have the material. And I'm not talking about money. They just don't have the qualifications to get a woman that even be interested in them. And you see what all these people look like on here. I mean, what is your honest opinion? You know all the main players on here. Do you think they're like a bunch of attractive, really put together and well-natured and psychologically balanced people from your experience that you've seen on here? Let me repeat this again, very slowly. You've seen people on here, what they look like. Let's go one by one with this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. You've seen their characters, right?
Yeah, they got a different character.
Oh, yeah, you say that all right. And for what you've seen on here, do you really think these people really got their life together?
I just sure. I think that one is just sure. They don't have a life together yet.
So it's all a game of pretend, look at me, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Exactly. That's what I've always thought all along. And you're hearing it from Gilda here. She sees every show I see on here. And you know, you're trying to save face right now. You're trying to save face, Nico, right now. There's nothing that could save your fucking face, let's put it that way. Trying to save face. Well, you lost that opportunity a long time ago in Iraq, motherfucker. Now, I'm not making fun of your injury, but, you know, you're adding insult to injury between me and Gilda, and I don't appreciate it, motherfucker. You are an ugly bastard.
Yes,
I'm sorry what happened to you, man, that you're all disfigured and shit, but because your life is fucking miserable, don't try to make my life miserable or talk shit about me, mofo. You know?
Yeah, you are nothing to look at, Nick.
I have to agree with you on that. You're nothing to look at, motherfucker. And maybe you should take those fucking meds. It might fucking help you. And I know you're trying to, you know, excuse the pun again, saving face, which you can't do, but you tried. You are a creep. I always thought you were a creep. And if you could idolize people like Popeye, then, bud, you got some real fucking problems. And it ain't just what happened to you in Iraq, okay? And it ain't because you got, you know, some mental disorders such as anxiety and other, you know, attention deficit hyperactivity disorders. You got more problems than that, okay? So talk all the shit you want on me, Nico. But you know what? It's good to be me and not you. That's for sure.